Hi, this is a quick instructional video on how to create a transaction. Our agent homepage sometimes does change, but you should always be able to see a Start New Transaction button. Once you click that, you'll be taken to a new page here on our system. We have sometimes a little banner that tells you about our programs. We have a preferred TC program, a preferred escrow, and mentorship, of course. So anything you need, you can take a look here or just ask us. The first step you would do is you would select what status this transaction's in. If you are representing a buyer, then it'll be open / escrow. If you're representing a listing agent, if you're a listing agent and representing a seller, then it'll be listing status. Because as a reminder, we do need all documents uploaded within 24 hours. So even if you're not in an open escrow, you still need to create the transaction. So let's do a open that representing a buyer. Then we have a few different transaction types here. So you'll probably be focused on the top ones if you're representing a buyer. If you're representing a seller, it's towards the bottom. And then if you're doing dual agency, it's right over here. So you have to make a decision. Are you the buyer for the transaction or one of them? Are you representing somebody for new construction, an auction, probate, a regular sale, or an REO bank owned, a short sale, or a trust sale? This trust one is only for the buyer that is deceased. It's an actual testamentary trust. So let's just do a regular 1 through 4 unit. Then you can see there's different instructions for buyer's agent, seller's agent, high risk transaction guidelines. You can click on those, but we'll proceed. So first, you do want to create the transaction before uploading any documents. If you want to use the TC service or not use it, you can check or uncheck the box. You would be entering the property address here. So we'll just do Main Street as a test. So San Diego, and then you would enter the MLS number if you know it, but you probably will because you'll find it on the MLS, and then the APN number, the listing date and start date and end date does not apply to you because you're not doing a listing. If you know the seller's name, please enter it here. So we'll just do Bob Test. You probably won't know their information, and that's absolutely okay. But your buyer, you will know their information. So Sandy Test. And let me just enter our my email address for the company. But this is your buyer's email address. And then your buyer's phone number. Then you enter the agent that's representing the other side. So we'll just say that this agent is out of state to make it a little bit easier for us. Actually, let's just say that there's no representation. It's a seller who's selling their own property, but you're representing the buyer. So we'll just click no representation, otherwise do enter everything, including what the other brokerage is called, their name, email address, and cell phone. And then depending on if you're using our preferred escrow vendor or our preferred title company, you can use those. I will leave them as is, but I'll enter my name so that we don't send in accidentally them an email when this is created. Then if you're using a TC, please enter your TC's information here. And if you include their email, they'll be able to get email information. You want to enter the final sales price. Of course, this can change, but let's just say that it'll be 1.2 million. And then we'll say that because you're representing the buyer, you will have a BRBC uploaded. So let's just say that you and your buyer agree to a 2%. Then you can click calculate and you'll get that. You don't have to do this section, but if you already know you're going to be paying a TC, you can enter it. So $500 for let's just say ABC TC service, and they'll be mailed. and that's their mailing address. You'll have to have their W-9 uploaded. You can say that you want it wired to your company, to yourself or your company. But if you do want it a company, you have to tell us. And that's it. You click save. Let me actually do something where they'll give us a issue. So let me just delete the buyer's name. So when you click save, it'll tell you that there's some issues here. So you need to enter the buyer's name, escrow number, and escrow close date. So you close this, you go in, and you can see that it's in red. Buyer's name. Here's escrow information. So let's just say the escrow close date, it'll be 11/30/24. The escrow file A. If you don't know the information yet, you could enter TBA and then make sure to go in and fix it. Then you click save. Usually you'll have a pop-up of acknowledgements. So for a successful review, I made sure that the transaction type is correct. I provided all the seller's information accurately, like their name. I provided all the buyer's information accurately. I will ensure that the lead disclosure is or will be uploaded if the property was built before 1978 and it's not a commercial property. And then this one, if you get this one, our records indicate that you're marked as a referral only agent. Please make sure to join an association so you can continue with your transaction. I would hope you don't get this, but if you do, that means we on our system don't have your car information. So you would just send us a quick email saying what association you're with so you can be using the forms. And you can see it's loading right here. Perfect. And it says, congratulations with your new transaction. Your transaction information has been saved. So now you can click here to upload documents. So you'll want to upload your BRBC, the RPA, anything in here, you drag and drop or you just click it. You can also forward it via email using this TID into the subject line of your email and using upload at REeBrokerCA.com. Use the email that you have registered with our side, and then you can go and check out the checklist. So this is it. So you can click the view checklist. Just close that. And you'll be able to see what's required. So mandatory forms to execute and or upload. So these ones you have to do. Be sure to click the little icon and then it'll tell you what it is. Usually it's by the party the REeBroker group is representing or different comments. Then we also have a section required forms to complete if applicable. So these would only be required if it's applicable. For example, the additional brokerage acknowledgement is not required most of the time unless there's an additional brokerage. So things like that you don't have to fully focus on. You do just have to focus on the things that are required, the mandatory forms. If you have any questions, you can let us know or just put a comment into the note box. Thank you for your time.